What's up YouTube, this is Ian from the Pharaohs of Chaos coming at you with the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. This one's kind of unique, probably haven't seen anything like it before, so let's get into it. First off, I've got two Blue Eyes White Dragon, because 3's too many, 1's not enough, 2's just right. Next up, we got our Dragon Shrine targets. So, got one Koumori Dragon and one Darkstorm. The Darkstorm's in here for his Heavy Storm effect, and he's a Gemini, by the way. And Koumori is in here because I don't want to run two Darkstorm, and he's pretty much the only other normal dragon that's a level 4 or lower I could find. Next up, I've got one Maiden. Nah, just kidding, I got 3. Because this card is amazing, and maybe the best card in the deck. Seriously, this card's incredible. I mean, it's even light and a tuner. It's just too good. Alright, next up we got our big Chaos bosses. Because we are running Chaos in here, so we got one Dark Armed, one BLS, and one Red Eyes Darkness Metal. He's in a different sleeve. I had to mooch him off of a different deck. So, I mean, there are bosses. There are big bosses for our Chaos. Got a lot of graveyard manipulation for Dark Armed. BLS is too good, and we're running a dragon deck. So that should explain all 3. Next up, we got our mini bosses. So we've got three Lightpulsar, one Darflare. Darflare, his effect isn't all that great, and you can't get it off a lot of the time, and I don't like having too many bosses. And then 3 Lightpulsar is pretty standard. One Chaos Sorcerer, because as much as I wanted to get a second one in, I just really didn't like it. It was pretty inconsistent and cloggy. And one Eclipse Wyvern. We've got a pretty good amount of targets in here, so the opponent will pretty much never have an opportunity to check the deck. But still, we've only got really 2 targets that we want. So, yeah. And then to round off the Chaos engine, we've got 3 Tour Guide. Pretend that's a tour guide. I'm missing the 3rd one because everybody's overpricing theirs like crazy right now. And one Night Assailant. We're not running Ryko because there's no mill in this Chaos engine. Don't like it with the amount of spells we're running. So Night Assailant works great as a target instead. And then 3 tour guide because it just adds a lot of consistency. Next up, we got one of the little bit less conventional parts of the deck. We got Tidal, Tempest, Blaster. The reason these are in here is for explosiveness, which was what kind of disappeared after I dropped the mill engine because I was sick of milling dragon shrines. It made me cry a little bit on the inside every time. So these guys are really great because they're dragon rulers and they're super explosive, and you can just go into rank 7s, you can synchro rank 8, level 8 with them. They're fantastic. Tempest is in here because Redox is ugly. That's why. Oh, and they're all secret. You should always be running these guys secret. They look great secret. Alright, next up, we've got Honest for our first hand trap, Interplanetary Purpley Thorny for our second one. Just kind of a little bit of an OTK stopper. Also, he's dark and he's a dragon. And I don't know. I never had him enough of a hand to like Tragody in this build, and I dropped Gores. And then one Snipe Hunter. He's an out to Ophion. He lets us discard to get those Light Pulsars in our grave. And really his rolling a dice thing doesn't really matter because you almost always don't roll a 1 or a 6, so his effect almost always goes off. Next up, we got the way that we set up our grave. We've got our 3 Dragon Shrine. And then we've got our 1 Foolish Burial. We use these to set up our grave. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, Dragon Shrine, use it. You could immediately either go into a D-roller or a Chaos summon. Foolish, you can put Light Pulsar or anything you want in there, whatever you need at the time. So yeah, these are what makes this deck work. Without it, this deck would kind of suck, and I'd have to put the mill engine back in, and that would depress me. Because I don't like having to rely on mills to win. It's just too inconsistent. And then after that we got one Burial, because it's burial and it's fantastic and it's an OTK machine on its own. So 1 burial. 1 lightning vortex because I can use it. I don't want to have to kill my field, and also this is in here instead of dark hole because I don't mind discarding in this deck. There's a lot of stuff I don't want in my hand, so yeah, lightning vortex. Don't see that very often. Silver Scrag because it's a reborn for blue eyes, pretty straightforward. 1 MST because I can just use this to kill problem cards. I'll keep it in my hand and I won't use it for random back row popping. And then in my side deck I've got 2 more for those fire fists, fusions, whatever you need to use it against. 1 lance, protector monsters, make them bigger, they're smaller. 2 castle because it's a reborn for our banished dragons. It's fantastic. Also, it targets Maiden, which is awesome. And also something you can do with this is target Maiden during your end phase, get a blue eyes during your main phase. Your opponent's end phase. Then during your main phase, target Maiden again, get a second blue eyes, overlay into an 8. So, great card. And also, when your opponent MSTs that face down card, you activate it in response, it dies, and you get to special something. It's pretty great. Fiendish, because it's Fiendish, and it also can target Maiden. And then Bottomless, Mirror Force, Bribe, because it's better than 7 tools. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Camera died. So anyway, now we're going on to the extra deck. The extra deck's not totally complete, but also extra decks I've always found to be up to personal interpretation a little bit. So let's get right into it. So I'm gonna got 1 Zen mains, 1 Leviathan, and this right here. This is just a Levier, but I don't have them right now, so proxy. Because I don't run any ranked 4s in this deck because you really can't make them very much unless you want to overlay with Honest. I guess that's a thing, but yeah. Anyway, Zen mains, Versatile, Leviathan, Beater, Levier, OTK. Synchro with Maiden. Pretty straightforward. Then I got Gauntlet Launcher for your 2 Lightpulsars if you ever end up bringing 2 of them out, and you can pop, do mean things. Master of Blades, because Draco Sack is still 50 bucks. Big Eye is still too much, and he's not bad. Solid card. He's like 8 bucks. Look into him if you don't want to spend the money on Draco Sack, so yeah. 1 Master of Blades. Alright, so this guy here isn't actually in the deck. This is an open slot. You can put whatever you want in here. I just got him in here right now because all my other good, I don't have Felgrand with me, but he's decent. I mean, I don't run a Dark Hole, so he can be mass removal, but Felgrand's better. I would suggest putting Felgrand in this slot. Next up, Heretic Sun Dragon, Overlord of Heliopolis. Get problem cards out of your hand that you don't want in your hand, pop their cards. Still a 3000 beater, 2 blue eyes to make it, great card. Oh, really quick, another thing you can replace Gimmick Puppet this guy with is Thunderin, if you're interested. Another really good card. 1 Catastor, you can make him with Snipe Hunter and Maiden. 1 Gaia Knight. My 80th Behemoth is in the mail. I think this guy will probably be replaced by him once he comes in, because he's a DD Warrior Lady with a big beat stick attached to him. So, but in the meantime, this guy's pretty darn good. 26 attack, not bad. Gets over a lot of monsters like Xian. I have to deal with Xian a lot because, you know. X-Saber Eurobellum. Replace it with Black Rose. let's not sugarcoat it. Replace it with Black Rose, but it's a solid card. But I don't have a Black Rose with me either. Ancient Sacred, because it's amazing, and it OTKs, and it kills everything, and it's stupid, especially with Blue Eyes, because if you have this and a Blue Eyes on the field, it's game as long as you attack with Blue Eyes first, and they don't have anything to defend with. Silly card. Crimson Blader. It's Crimson Blader. It stops you from getting super OTK next turn, slow this down lots of decks, gives you kind of a turn to recuperate. destroys mermails. Good card. Colossal Fighter, because it just keeps coming back and it won't go away. Stardust. I mean, don't need to really go into him much, do I? And then the last thing is Azurize, however you want to pronounce it, because he's just amazing. He protects, and then there's some pretty good combos with him. Here, I can show one off real quick. Just a second, I gotta find my red eyes. Where'd he go? Where'd you go? There you are. Alright, so, really quick cool combo with him. And in the combo video, this will be pointed out too, but I feel like pointing it out now since it's part of the reason why this card's run. I mean, it's a fantastic card. You can sit on him, and then you can just use him to start Blue Eyes spamming. But so let's say he's been out for a turn, so he lost his protection. So now what you're going to do is, you're going to banish him using Red Eyes Darkness, Metal, Special Summon Metal, Burial, bring back him and 2 other cards, Darkness Metal effect, special him again, now all you guys are protected. And now you can use these other guys that you brought back, probably a Dragon Ruler, to start bringing guys out and hopefully OTK. So yeah, that was my Blue Eyes White Dragon Rulers of Chaos deck profile. If you guys are interested, I can probably do something with a combo video. Probably do something with a a combo video would be good. I'll probably have something with like a I'll probably play some IRL games with it, some Dev Pro games with it. So if you guys are interested in any of that, go ahead and tell me. I'd be more than happy to. Combo video, explanation how to run the deck in general. So yeah. Alright, this is Affairs of Chaos, Ian signing out.